get some crisps, or as other people say, chips, because it's crunch time. Yes, it's crunch time to farm units for July 4th deals. So based on my current date kind of prediction, when we go into June, I'm largely going with the well, I was actually going with the 4th of July is actually when we'd start seeing some of these special deals. But I do have some reservations about that particular date, and I'm feeling Kabam actually might go with a 27th of June in order to release it. Why is that, Rich? Well, if I cast your minds back to the 5th of June, that last year was a Friday, and that was when we had the June events being pitched, and that's when there was a Kabam live stream. See why I'm putting emphasis on things like Kabam live stream. And also when the next quest went live. Currently in game at the moment, we have the quest ending next. That's right, next Wednesday, which means that it will run for a certain length of time. That length of time will lead us into July. What's so significant about that? Well, going back to what Kabam did last year was they had a live stream mid-month. It was the 14th of June, which looked to put a bit of hype into things like the Sinister Sentinel sideshow, the July 4th deals, and also there was the announcement of stuff when it was like the Super Daily event, Battlegrounds changes. I'm not saying Kabam are going to run another live stream, but what they might do is use it as an opportunity to tease it and make it fresh in your minds. Or maybe they won't. Like, there may be something where they're like, instead we'll roll it into like the, I don't know, June like live stream, and we'll hear about it at the end of this week. But again, forewarning about last year again, and something that's important is that on last year, the 5th of July, which was a Friday, there was a Kabam live stream. If there's a live stream, Kabam have done this in the past, but like they don't want to give so much emphasis on the live stream and take away from all the announcements of things going into July. So they would be like, right, well, we're going to like make sure that the July 4th deals, summer deals, get their shining moment of glory. So that's why I think we might be sitting with the 27th of June to be when the summer deals go live, or July 4th deals 2025, however you want to talk about it and say it. So that's why I'm largely working with the 27th of June, and I think we'll leave it as that particular point in time to farm. So in this length of time, you have 32 Super Daily event days. If you are getting something in the Radiant store, then you're getting an extra 750, and we add up things like the June quest and the calendar and the alliance-based participation, providing you're an alliance, you get 2,860 units. If you then do a bit of arena grind, and people might start late, that's always a tricky one. I'm doing what I can whenever I can do it. I've got some time off this week, so hopefully I can get a bit more unit farming, but I want to do 9.2. You know, 9.2 does actually give some units with it, so it could be advantageous for me. Summoner Trials, Clash Arena, Basic Arena featured, and then opening up some Arena Crystals, just under 10k units. So if you want to farm that, hey, go do it because it would be beneficial. We'll look at what 10k units is going to get you. Spoiler alert, not much, but if you want to be in it, at least to get something from it, because here's the thing, with 10k units, you could say, well, if I do 9.2, Act 9.2, or some of the other ones, I could actually get deals, or I could start building on top of my units for stuff like end of the year, Cyber Weekend deals, Banquet Event 2025. We'll have to see what that brings, but that's another story for another day. Okay, if you wanted an easier grind and you don't want to put much effort into it and got a little bit lucky with some RNG on the crystals, 5k. So it's still that you still got a chance if you farm now to get the just over 5k or just under 10k. There's a chance, right? There is a chance to kind of get some stuff. So the biggest question is always, well, what does that actually get you? Will that get you anything? Okay, tough. It's a tough situation. I probably will do a predictions video, but it won't be towards maybe the same day, maybe today. I don't really know. Maybe tomorrow. I again don't really know on what I've got planned. But what you could potentially get largely stems on the depreciation of premium resources, 7-star Awakened gems, tier 7 basics, right the way through to just rank up gems in general. Tier 4 Alpha maybe. It's a little bit of a stretch. Titan Crystal Shards, Titan Crystals, Selectors. Those are going to be some interesting things to watch, okay? But if you're a lower end player, I'm talking if Kabam sandwich you in the same bundle, Uncollected Conqueror Proven, let's assume they will do, like I did recently, or did last year, then at least you'll get down to, if you do a lot of arena grinding, about tier 3, right? About tier 3. 10k units is going to get you to that tier 3 marker, because 750 plus the 3,000 plus the 7,500. Yeah, that's 11,000 something, but you may already have units now. We're talking about fresh farming. That's what those unit total predictions were on, like fresh farming. So add it to your total. So it's likely you'll get this. You could even be someone like, if you add 10k, you'll be at tier 4, tier 8, you know. And if you are proven to uncollected, picking up a 1 to 2 7-star gem, 7-star crystal itself, that could be that could be a game changer. Or, which is highly more likely, is that you'll go through and grab the 6-star stuff, not the 7-star stuff. If we're looking at Cavalier to Paragon, if Kabam sandwich you, similar situation, better stuff on offer, probably around about the same. Maybe a little bit. No, I really don't think. I think Paragon and... No, I do think you'll probably be sandwiched in the same thing. I think Valiant's going to be the standout. Kabam want more Valiant players. They do. So they can start hurrying through the next progression, which we'll kind of like find out more about, hopefully, soon. Maybe Kabam won't do it this year then. I thought they would do this year, but we'll see. We'll see. Titan Crystal, rank 2 to 3 7-star gem. Yeah, possible. Very much possible. Actually, no. Well, yes, if you're adding the 10k onto it. If not, 5k ain't going to get you much. Remember, you're sandwiched in place with deals. Right? Yeah, and last year for Valiant players, there was a good amount on offer, but this year it's going to be tier 7 basics. It really has. But yeah, it's not really the right time because I want to do predictions in a bit more structured rather than kind of like going, oh, you could get this, you could get that. It's just what you got last year. But I do think like between your 5 to 10k as a Valiant player is going to get you at least some of a tier 7 basic. Remember, we've had a huge devaluation. Kabam even gave out a tier 7 basic for free. So there's a possibility that players that are Valiant are able to pick up some things. Will we start seeing maybe a little bit of tier 5 alpha coming in? Hard to say. I'd say next bit of chase-based content will probably see tier 5 alpha, but we're early days here, people. We're early days. Tier 7 basics have been devaluing, so you'll see them in hopefully a better light on value. But yeah, that's what you got last year. The 3k marks, all that together is 10k. So that was that's 3,000 plus the 7,500 and 750 there. So yeah, that's what you kind of like got from it. And what did they give anything last year on that? No, they didn't. It's all on the unit bundles, that's how they're sandwiched together. I hate them. I don't hate them. I don't like them. Compared to Cyber Weekend deals or what you get from the banquet event, I just don't like July 4th deals. I think it's always halfway through the year, halfway through the depreciation. New stuff doesn't really kind of come into fruition towards the latter part of the year, and it ends up being, and this is the last point I want to end on, it ends up being that always the story mode leading into July 4th deals that gets a deal with it ends up being the better value to choose from. So people might even go back and go, do you know what, I'll spend 10,000 units and I might do this myself before I 100% 9.2 go, right, what am I getting at July 4th deals? Good or bad? Well, I can get a rank 4 for 10,000 units if I go this way with the active deals, or I go with the July 4th deals. You got to make those decisions on value. Anyway, that's been it for the video. What are you planning to do with your units when it comes to July 4th deals? Doing, sticking, twisting, knowing, going, flowing, or July 4th? No, Cyber Weekend. I don't know. Some others. Bye.